Okay, all right. So first, if anyone's recording this, well, we're gonna be recording this. If anyone else is recording this, they need to tell us now. All right, call the meeting to order, move to open the meeting.
Okay, seconded.
Right. Vote passes. Roll call.
Tomas Riley.
Jerry Screenbacker.
Michael Thero, Health Department.
All right, so move to approve the minutes from last meeting.
Yep, so I just have one change on the minutes from last meeting. It's just a date change. I think we had. Yeah, it should say June, it says July
And this is for,
for our last meeting minutes.
okay,
I believe for June, or yeah, it should be June.
but it shouldn't, okay, so we were talking about the. This is for.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Close. Yeah.
Okay,
That's just,
all right, looks good. All right, so move to accept the
move to accept the
minutes.
minutes as changed, I guess you should say.
All right, so voting yes, it passes. All right, do you have a do you have an agenda?
I have, sort of, so that's part of it, so that's part of it, Megan put the whole thing.
What was the body works?
So the bodywork thing, were you guys able to look at any of that?
No, you know what, unfortunately, I did not.
Okay, that's fine. Megan's still making a couple changes.
Okay.
So that's gonna be one thing. We can get in more discussions about that, the bodywork. She got, like she said, she did get a pretty long one. It's pretty comprehensive, the one she got from other towns and kind of put together. So yeah, so one chance when you guys can take a look at that, you know, Mark can make changes on what you think you might want to see, might not want to see.
Right.
Then we can kind of delve into some discussions about that. I'm not sure what meeting we'll do that at, because I know Megan wanted to do some changes. I think she was shooting for October,
That sounds good.
to do some more of that.
And then we're gonna have, so once we discuss it here, then we'll have.
We'll open up meeting for the public.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do a, open meeting for the public, to invite them to come and have any discussion they want on it.
And at that point, we'll post this before that.
Yeah, so we'll post our draft of it.
Okay.
Whatever we think we're gonna put in as a final draft. And then we can do the open comment period for people to comment on it. They can come and discuss if they want to see changes or they have issues, and then you can take those
Right.
into account. And then at a next meeting, we could vote on it to adopt.
And at that point, is there anyone that's gonna present or do we just assume that people have already read it beforehand?
We could present, I mean, I don't know if we'd have to have people read it beforehand.
Okay.
It's pretty lengthy. Yeah.
That sounds good.
But we can certainly post it with our agenda on there, a link to it or whatever.
Okay.
So people before the meeting can take a look at it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and then, you know, we'll get feedback. I don't believe we have a lot, maybe one or two in town. And we'll also make them aware that we're making some changes. So if they have any issues, they can show up themselves, because it will affect them. I don't think we have a lot in town. It's more to just tighten up the regulations so we don't get a lot more coming to town.
Right, okay.
Knowing that we don't have any regulations.
I'll make an effort to get that done.
Yeah.
So we can discuss it.
Yeah, I mean, in the next, I wouldn't say the next meeting. So the next meeting I want to discuss, I'm gonna have lunch.
Oh, yeah,
The
good.
PIP group's gonna come in
Yeah.
and they're gonna discuss the Lunt property. So they have a whole presentation they want to do for you in the September meeting.
Excellent.
So they'll come and do that. And then I was thinking after they do their presentation, we can talk about that a little more. And then I'm hoping by October or November meeting.
Yeah.
We were talking about doing some air quality testing in that building.
Right.
I think after the presentation, you'll get more of a rounded view of what's going on at the site.
Yeah.
So you'll be more informed on possibly voting on the air quality testing.
All right, that sounds good.
So I think that'll be good. They'll come in, they'll do their presentation. You'll get more information. We also have a link on the town page. They have a part of the town page has a Lunt site. We
Oh.
have the PIP group is on.
Okay.
It's in the town site somewhere. I believe it's in there. It's under Lunt page. So you can look in there and it has some information there too, if you have some free time and you want to look in there.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm hoping they come to the next meeting in September. That's what I'm planning for. I'm also going to have the LSPs, which are the environmental engineers that are working on the new studies. I'm hoping, depending on when we meet in September, I might also meet with DEP beforehand because they just released some new testing data. from the site. So I'm hoping to get some updates from DEP on that.
That'd be great.
But I think that'll be good and we can kind of move forward with maybe possibly doing the air quality testing. Because I think that's the biggest concern of people being in that building and having some kind of testing going on.
Yeah.
Now that we think there's stuff that could be coming out.
Right.
So yeah, we can work on that.
Okay.
The other update Megan had was on a green burial. She's working on doing a green burial permit.
Yeah.
So DEP kind of has a permit kind of process that they do. So this is kind of, I think she's working on this with our interns. So it's just like a checklist for people to fill out when they want to do the green burial. As you know, it's burying someone like in your backyard,
Yeah.
family member, all organically, or they can do it sometimes, they kind of do however they want. But it's a process that we have to go through to approve it. So we've been trying to come up with a comprehensive little sheet that they can fill out, because it is definitely new to a lot of people
Yeah.
having to do this kind of burial. But it seems to be more popular now and it's definitely, I think, less expensive, so.
Yeah. This will be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a bit, they want you to know, before you do it, which is reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we seem to be getting a lot more requests for them. I didn't know for a while, there's actually a cemetery in Montague that's a green burial.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting. So, I mean, these are. But you'll have possibility of actually doing it, like. Not in a. No, very site too.
Yeah, no, these will be like wherever they find a spot in their property.
Right.
That's kind of why we have to have them do a certain amount of things,
Yeah.
especially the soil stuff and other things, you know. We have to find water tables to make sure it's out of the ground.
All right. Look interesting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get something down on that and then we can vote on adopting that application. So that would be good.
And this application is for one particular individual?
No, it will be a general application,
Oh,
but
okay.
we have had people, we do have someone right now that's been looking.
Okay.
But we're kind of just, right now, we're using the.
So we just don't have a policy on this?
We don't have like a standardized
Oh,
application.
okay.
So we're looking to do a standardized application using some of the DEP information so that we can have a certain application. Because right now, yeah, we're kind of sending them with the DEP application, which is fine, but we would like to have our own because it seems to be, I mean, just in the year I've been here, we've had 3.
Oh,
So, yeah, so it seems to be more popular now.
and then
Yeah.
you saw more new business because we should open up for public comment.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna open the meeting up for public comment.
If anybody has public comment, you can raise your hand.
All right.
I don't see any. I didn't have anyone contact me, so.
Close public comment. All right. All right, so what's in there?
Yeah, so the green barrel, which the application we discussed already. So we have the 3, or we have one that one person is trying to get us the information now, so we're working on that. The second item was Megan is working on the body regulation still, so like she said, she's trying to schedule that hearing in October, so.
Okay.
You got some time to review them.
Yeah.
If you need new copies or anything, I have this one here if he wants to take it.
For the,
That's the body
oh,
work.
I have it.
Okay, you have one?
Know exactly where it is.
It's a hard copy, you can have it. Just to have.
Did we mention, I can't quite remember, but when the mayor was here about, I can't remember if we just threw the idea around or confirmed, were we going to revisit the tobacco laws?
That's totally up to you guys. We didn't make a motion on it.
Okay.
We just kind of discussed it. So, if you guys want it on a future.
I have no particular opinion on it. I just was wondering, was that something we had discussed? Yeah.
I mean, we discussed it after she brought it up in public comment.
Yeah.
We didn't make any motions on adding it to agenda. We didn't
Yeah.
make any motions on changing anything. We kind of just followed up discussion on her comment.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you guys want to see it on a future agenda, you can certainly let me know. but if you're
I
fine.
don't feel strongly on it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not, then that's fine and we can leave it the
I
way.
mean, as far as I'm aware, they only recently kind of updated them, like in the last.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had discussions
Yeah.
that have come before us.
Yeah.
We've had drawn out
Yeah.
discussions.
Yeah. So I don't think it needs to be rediscussed every time there's a new board.
No, I don't think it does.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, we didn't make any motions. We just
Good.
discussed after her comment what we thought and,
I can see Dr.
I'm
Greenberg
waiting to-
starting to sweat there. So.
yeah, no, and I was just waiting to see if you guys wanted to talk about it more. I can put it on a future agenda, but if you're fine, then we're fine and we can move on.
Yeah, we'll leave it right now.
Okay. The other new stuff I had, so I'm just gonna go through my updates.
Yeah.
Megan's obviously at the other meeting.
Yeah.
She should have some more stuff, but I think in September, that meeting will, I think will go a little longer because we're gonna have the whole presentation and all
Yeah.
those people. So I'll give you a quick update on my stuff that's going on. My food stuff's still been caught up really good. Our inspector Corey's been doing really good. He's kind of coming up now on almost the 6 months re-inspection, so those should start popping up on re-inspections. We had the event Soul Fest up at the fairgrounds. That went pretty good. I had my intern and Corey go up there. So the intern got some experience doing food trucks up there.
And what was Soul Fest?
So Soul Fest is
Just a
I
meeting.
believe it's like a Christian church gathering. kind of. I always thought it was a jazz festival.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought.
Soul music, no, not that type of soul.
When I first moved here, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah,
But it's not.
Okay, so not soul music.
Yeah, so I believe it was Thursday through Sunday last
Music
week.
for the soul.
Right.
Yep. So it was Thursday through Sunday last week.
Okay.
So it was good. Usually,
I think I heard it from my house, actually.
yeah, well, hopefully you didn't hear it too bad. I didn't get any noise complaints or people really complaining about it, so that was good. I know previous events with them, they were ran by a different group of people and they had some issues with the stage and stuff they used that made it really loud in the area. But I haven't heard anything yet, so that was good. We didn't have any problems with any of the vendors. They were all good, so that was good. The next thing I have coming up, obviously, is the fair.
Yeah.
That will be starting in like a week. So that will be fast and furious. So I'll probably be doing some inspections there. We don't want to shove it all off on Corey, making him do every inspection. So I'll be doing some inspections for that as well. We also will have Wormtown coming up the following weekend, which is the concerts and the events at Camp Kawani.
Yeah.
No, maybe I
It's
don't.
kind of a jam fest.
It's kind of like a mini
Oh,
Woodstock.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, do you know what?
Yeah.
I do think I know about
Camp
this.
Kawani,
I
yeah.
I went to, I think the last time our meeting was here, I went to kind of a vibey type place like that up in Brattleboro, and people were talking about.
About the event out here.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I used to work in the ER. It was always a big eventful weekend with.
Yeah, so we'll be down there doing our stuff. I usually don't have too many issues with the vendors there. It's more of the entire event itself, but that's the whole, we haven't had any huge issues. I've been talking to the chief of police and fire. They haven't had major issues in the last couple of years. They've said it's actually got better. So,
This is in mid-September, is it?
yeah, so I think it's the 12, 13, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that 3-day week. So it's 3 days that
Anyway.
weekend. Yep, so we'll work on getting all of those inspections done. That shouldn't be too bad. Moving on to septic work, Leverett's and Shutesbury, I've been busy. I've been up there doing septic work, a lot of perk tests and new construction or replacements of old systems. I won't be doing Leverett anymore. They got their inspector back, so that at least alleviates me from doing one of those towns. So I'll just be covering Shutesbury and Sunderland right now, so that's not too bad. That kind of makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
Greenfield, I only have a couple systems going in. We've had a couple spotty ones here and there, but they've all been good. My housing stuff, 12 Mile Street, which was the one down here that I condemned because of filth and the occupant had some issues. They've cleaned that up. That's
Is that what we
that's
talked about last time?
So that's uncondemned. That's better.
Okay.
So they got that all cleaned up. The person should be going back into there. 231 Conway, which was the one I had with the animals and the other person, but they're still out of there, so they haven't come back. The owner's working on getting some of the fixes done, and we had an inspection with one of the third floor tenants there that Megan's going to be following up on this week to make sure that gets done. My other big housing one that I've been dealing with for a while now is the 290 Deerfield that I've been in court for. So I was in court again on Friday. We were trying to appoint a receiver to the house. They still haven't hired a structural engineer yet. So the owner, as more of a precaution, we got a different judge. So more of the precaution, I added that they would add a fence around the property to keep people out. Because the back of the property is still caved in, even though they were kind of saying that you can't get access, you could still climb up and get in the house and it's still dangerous. So I had them add a fence just as extra precaution for the time being. We're going back to court September 15th. He's supposed to have a structural engineer's report by then stating either the house can be rebuilt or it needs to be demoed.
Yeah.
If it needs to be demoed, we're going to move to appoint the receiver because I don't feel like he has the money to demo the whole property. And even if it can be fixed, we're going to ask for a new rehab plan because the rehab plan he had before, we felt the price and the materials and everything were very low for market value on a lot of stuff. So we're going to ask for a better, more detailed plan. So hopefully that moves along. Slowly but steadily, we're getting there. The courts aren't really for taking people's houses all the time, and I totally get that. The issue is the house has been sitting in this condition for about 20 years almost now. So we're trying to move it up, and I know the neighbors would be happy with that. The other stuff I have is I will work on sending you the cannabis regulations. They're pretty long, so that will be a hefty one too. So those ones, I'll get to you probably after the meeting. I'll get them to you tomorrow probably, and you can start scanning those. Those will probably be, we can look at those December or something around there. We can start looking at that. It's like a winter project.
It's because really, we're really worried about is like public consumption.
Yeah.
Right. And
It's going to be, what our big things are is that the state's going to leave a lot of the smaller stuff up to us. So I don't know, it's really going to kind of be the town and the mayor, but it also will have to deal with us. So the deal will be, it's going to be, do we allow it in certain places? Would you want it at the fairgrounds for like an event with everybody and just have certain spots where people can consume it? Or would we want the entire event to be 21 plus?
Right.
So there'll be things that we can make decisions on that.
Yeah.
And then there'll be other things, do you even want it in town, which I think will be a vote thing through the town.
So it might not be us.
Some of it might not be us, but lead being the Board of Health, we can certainly address any of it as we see fit, because it would be a public health concern.
Right.
So that's why I think we should take a look at it beforehand.
Right.
See the little areas that will kind of fall to the town to decide, and then we can kind of be ahead of the game.
Yeah.
When it does come to us making those decisions, we can have already discussed some of it and give a good, if the mayor does make a decision, at least we can advise like, oh, we looked at this part, we feel strongly about this or about that.
Right.
So at least then we can give them a better idea if they're the ones that are going to make the decision, because I think still in the end of things, it's going to be a public health concern.
Right.
Because it's like the invention of alcohol and opening bars.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of learning as we go on, but I think the more we take a look at it earlier before it happens, I think the better off we'll be.
Right. Yeah.
It does happen.
And so we'll probably be taking a look at that, like sort of lunch that's coming up.
Yeah, so Lund will come up, probably line up the body work,
Right.
and then we can
Then we
move
can start
to
to
the cannabis.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no big urgency on that.
No, I mean, the state still has to go through they're just ending the public comment period, I believe, shortly on the regulations. And then they'll go through all the public comments.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they'll do their final draft, and then it still has to go through the legislation. So we're probably looking at like next year.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's not a huge hurry, but again, like I said, the more we know about it before it comes to us,
Yeah.
the better off we'll be.
Okay. And I mean, like to hear your ideas, but again, bringing up the idea about making sure that we're doing food inspections for cannabis containing foods as well.
Yeah, we can certainly do that.
Right.
Yeah, we can certainly do that. So that's the one thing too. So like even right now, like technically I don't have to do inspections I can't I guess it's not that I can't. The state doesn't do health inspections in the cannabis dispensaries.
Right.
So I don't go in there, I don't look at their food, I'll make sure they're keeping it temp. So it's all technically prepackaged from a factory that's inspected and then it goes out. But again, as we know, which has happened in a lot of dispensaries, is that they'll send out their batch of flour or whatever.
Right.
But they kind of cherry pick the one that goes out to the testing, and then the other batches could be moldy or gross,
Right.
or not as good because, you know, they don't come in and look at every batch.
Right.
And what is it?
One
There's
whole-
a cannabis control board, is there?
Cannabis Control Board does that. They do have some new people in there. They are working through some issues that they've had in the past and
Yeah.
kind of coordinating all their stuff together. They've had some issues.
Right.
Hopefully that's getting better now. And I did have a meeting with them about the social consumption. They seem to be more informative and more responsive. I did have one issue, I will say, in the past with mold down at the Green River Cannabis Dispensary in the basement. Somebody complained, one of the workers. So I did talk to the Cannabis Control, and they actually met me out there with about like 4 different inspectors.
Oh, interesting.
And they met me out there and we did go through the building and talk about the mold, and they did clean it up and everything. So that was good. So they were very responsive. So I feel like if we do need them, they'll be there.
Good, good.
So that's good to know.
All right.
But like you said, the thing is gonna be, there's gonna be shops that, so here's gonna be the caveat. You could have like a coffee shop that serves cannabis infused donuts or something, and then has, you know, regular food that they can serve to normal people.
Right.
And then, you know, there's gonna have to be the area where they can eat their cannabis infused donut, but then in the area where people can eat their normal food, if you allow it, or there can be only 21 plus people. There's also other things we talked about in our meeting, like, you know, they could have a hot dog that's normal food, but with like cannabis infused ketchup.
Right.
So like, you know, it all,
That's for us to decide, and
well, it's gonna be kind of us for decide, do you want that whole coffee shop to be 21
Yeah.
plus, or do you want it to be mixed with different
It's a whole-
people? And just have areas.
yes,
Right.
and it's been kind of, I don't doubt that you've done kind of huge work on this, but it's obviously been checked that us by regulating that we're not stepping on the toes of the Cannabis Control Board and.
Yeah, no, we can make things stricter, but it's
Yeah.
our caveat being
Yeah.
Board of Health. We can't make things less strict. So that's how the
Right.
code kind of goes. Cannabis Control Commission has, you know,
They only to do with the dispensary.
well, their whole vision is the spot where the person's gonna be, you know, making the cannabis stuff or dispensing it.
Okay.
So that will be their control area.
Yeah.
But as soon as the person steps out of that area, then it becomes our area. So if we did a coffee shop where it was cannabis and normal people, we would have to control the whole other part with normal people and all the normal food. And we would still have oversight of the food they're making, but as far as the cannabis and everything that's going in it, the Cannabis Control Commission would kind of control that.
Yeah.
So we would work hand in hand kind of on that part.
Though we can still do, you know, again, not to flog a dead horse, but we can still do food inspection for prepared food,
Yeah,
just for like that type of stuff.
yeah, because we want to make sure the food they're serving them is still meeting standards anyways.
Because right now, like, that's in,
Well, right now, that's kind of the issue is that, they're calling it retail. So
Right.
it's retail coming from a factory that's supposedly inspected by the Cannabis Control Commission, but I don't think, not to say anything bad about them, but I don't think their focus is about food safety.
Right.
Their focus is more on the marijuana and how much and potency and all sorts of all that. I don't think they're like, hey, the cupcakes are made at 160 or whatever. So I think that's where we come in, where we'll have to kind of do that part too.
And do you know, do we have anywhere in the town selling?
We don't have any, no. We only have the dispensaries right now, and the
Okay.
dispensaries only can sell their retail products that are approved outside of the
Yeah, like social
dispensary itself.
consumption, we can't, it's not.
Yeah, social consumption, technically, the only thing is like you can do it in your private home, private areas. Technically, they're not even supposed to be doing it on the street or walking around.
Hmm.
It's a ticket. I think it's $25. That's up to the police.
Bargain in this economy.
Yeah, 25, probably for what they pay, though, I don't know. So that's gonna be the whole thing where we're gonna kind of have to decide, you know, what we want to allow, and if we do allow it, how are we gonna keep track of our part of it?
Yeah,
How are we gonna, you know,
right.
look at that?
Okay.
So that'll be a whole thing. When you get the regulations, you'll see they're pretty extensive.
Yeah.
So we'll take a couple months to review those, and then we can get back onto that and look at that. So hopefully from here on out, we'll go with our lunch stuff. I'll hopefully get some of that done.
Yeah.
Maybe a mix of lunch and body work in October, and then November, hopefully vote on some regulations, maybe the air quality testing and the body work stuff. And then December, we can kind of move on to new subjects like the cannabis and the other stuff. So we'll be pretty busy at our next couple of meetings. So that'll be good. So yeah, I think that's all I have for tonight.
And you don't know, you haven't heard of any new violations from,
Any stores? No. The only thing we're waiting on is JC's Market owes us $300 from selling flavored blunt wraps
okay,
for tobacco stuff. Other than that, we haven't heard anything else. Usually the good thing is, so this is the thing about having the tobacco coalition do inspections is that I don't even know when they go out.
Yeah.
Because they go out and the only time I hear
is if it's.
is if there's a violation.
Okay, good.
So they could have gone out and everything's good.
Yeah.
No
I
news.
don't know, but that's the deal. No news is good news.
Okay.
So I'm fine with that. I haven't heard anything else. Like I said, Megan's just waiting on that fine to be paid. And I think she gave them a deadline, otherwise she was gonna up the fine. So hopefully they pay that.
Cool.
Other than that, I think we're good.
All right.
Now we just kind of gotta think of, what do you want for a date for September?
I will give you dates that I'm away.
Okay,
Well, let me look at my phone.
we got the 3rd, 10th, 17th, 24th.
Yeah, I think I'm clear the whole time. Yeah.
In the country from, let me see. I am away the 13th until the 13th. Oh, sorry.
No, I can't do the 10th because I have a work board meeting. Are you back by the 24th?
What day is that?
Wednesday?
Yeah, it looks like you did the 10th or the 24th.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm back the 15th.
Right.
So, yeah.
Let's go 24th.
You want to do 24th?
Yes,
Okay,
good.
it's for me. All right.
That was quick and easy.
Yeah, no, just updates really right now. So I have those other things in the works, so those will be a little more expensive when I get that moving. The only other update I have is that we hopefully got a part-time, I don't know, I didn't get a final if she accepted the position, but we put out a part-time inspector for the grant. And we did get someone for that.
Okay.
So we got a lady for that. It seems like she's gonna be pretty good. So she'll be able to help with some inspections and some other stuff. So that'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm still, I still have my admin assistant position out. I get bites and I get requests for interviews and then no one shows up or doesn't, or cancels. So I don't know.
Is it because you think it's a
I
part
think it's an
time?
unemployment.
Yeah.
Once they get an email saying that they got accepted for an interview, that they kind of send that in saying they're looking for jobs.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
So,
Right.
because it seems to be a lot of people ask for interviews and then I get a lot of cancellation. So I don't know what's going, I mean, why would you go that far and then cancel? So I don't know.
How's the social media page going?
So Megan's kind of working on that. We did talk to them a little bit. We couldn't do like our own social media page. So, because apparently when you do the social media stuff, like even though it kind of keeps track, but technically someone's supposed to keep track of every comment, every picture, everything that's posted because it falls into public records requests.
Oh,
So we would have to have like almost a full-time person watching the page all the time and document everything that's happening.
Right.
Most places have a company that will do it. We don't really have the funds to hire a company to do it.
Right.
So frankly, we can post, so we've talked with the media coordinator and we can post things on the town website anytime we need to on their Facebook page.
Okay.
And then we also figured we might make a drop down on the health page that is literally just the grant. So like in the drop downs on the side for like fees or applications, we're gonna put like VHRC grant page. Then we can have like a drop down that brings you to a page that's kind of like a Facebook page, but it will be on the city website.
Okay.
I mean, you'll have to address people to the towns will have to, send people to the Greenfield site.
Yeah.
But we can still post things up there and still have links and helpful tips and everything. So it's kind of, it's a middle agreement. Instead of doing the whole page and have someone do that, we can at least post it someplace and we can still use the Greenfield site. So, which I think honestly, in the end, I think some even though people have to look at the Greenfield site, I think the Greenfield site gets more,
Traffic.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it will probably, things will probably pop up more for people in other towns if
Yeah.
they just like the Greenfield site, but
Right.
might see it more often.
Okay,
So that will be helpful too.
that's good.
Yeah.
All right, anything else? All right. So move to close. All right, vote. Yeah. All right,
All right,
close.
it's closed. Thank you.
How's it going? Oops.